back today. It's Friday. I got a few hours before work. The girls are taking a nap, so I figured it'd be the perfect opportunity to come out here in the garage and actually tackle some things. I have all the components, well, 95% of the components I need. We're waiting on one last thing, and that's my tie rod and inserts. They should be here tomorrow. So as of today, though, I can get the spindles put together. I can get everything put back together, the axles in, everything in. So what we have is axle spacers. We're throwing these in today. Obviously, we have our axle bolts, lugs, brand new ABS sensors, brand new wheel bearings, and then this is where the tie rod, let me see. All right, so from the factory, there's actually a metal insert that gets hammered into these holes. And I didn't know that until last minute when I went to go try to put my tie rods in there. I'm like, oh wait, my tie rods are a little loose. So these should be here tomorrow. And then we have brand new outer tie rods, brand new inner tie rods, brand new control arm bushings, brand new solid subframe bushings, brand new ball joints and extensions. So honestly, we should be good to go. So tomorrow, once my tie rod inserts come in, I'll just do an eyeball alignment and we're gonna get this thing back on the ground. And then we're also gonna be reusing the old axle bolts. I know they're technically stretch bolts, but these ones look like they're hardened steel, so I think I should be good. So yeah, we should be all brand new up front. The front end should ride A1. Before we're able to actually bolt up our axle, we're gonna have to put our brakes back on. We got our ball joint on first, then strut. Now we're doing brakes, and then we're gonna be able to bolt up our axle. All right, so we got everything put back together. If you look underneath here, so you see we got our axle spacers put in, and then we have our ball joint extensions on. Everything's on, brakes together, everything's bolted. So this side is good to go. The only thing we have to do is torque down the axle bolt, but I can't do that until the car is on the ground. I will say the only thing we have not done though is officially bolted down our tie rod, so I'm still waiting on them inserts. And we did end up using the extensions. I ended up having to cut 1 inch off of the original tie rods, but yeah, you will need tie rod extensions when you are using ball joint extensions with axle spacers. All right, what's up guys? So it's actually Friday night. I just got home not too long ago from work, and I'm wide awake because I'm used to working midnights anyways, so I'm gonna get this side knocked out. We got everything ready, all tools ready. And this propane heater is not working. It's freaking like 30 degrees. This is gonna be rough, but we're gonna knock this out and get one step closer to putting this thing back. right, so we just wrapped up the front end. Everything's buttoned up besides the tie rod ends. I'm still waiting on the inserts. That should be here tomorrow. But yeah, so as of right now, we're going to bleed the power steering fluid. What I'm going to do is fill up the whole entire reservoir, start the car, let the pump run, turn the wheel back and forth with the cap open, and make sure all the air bubbles are out, and just let this thing run for a few minutes. Now it's officially Saturday, and the mail came, so we got our last piece. So this is literally all I was waiting for. So we literally take this piece, and it slides right into this hole. But what we're gonna do first, before I put this thing in there, we are gonna put anti-seize on it. So after a bunch of cutting and struggling, we finally got our alignment somewhat decent. That one's gotta go in probably a little bit. And then this one, pretty straight. I mean, it's hard to tell with it up in the air, but so far, we're looking pretty straight to the back wheels. So we're about to set this thing on the ground and see how it sits, I guess. All right, so it's Saturday night. Got everything back together. Last night, I went to go start the car to bleed the power steering, and the battery is dead, like dead. So it's currently 5 degrees outside. And my jumper pack does not want to start the car. The battery is too dead, so I'm gonna have to open up the garage door. And I'm about to let the Tiguan charge up this battery for at least like 10-15 minutes. And I'm gonna throw the jumper pack on it, and let's hope this car starts up, because all the bags are empty right now. So I can't put it back on the ground until I air up these bags. Otherwise, I cannot get the jack out from underneath the car. So I'm gonna have to freeze my ass off for the next 15 minutes charging this battery, and let's just hope it will start up. Well, good news is I was able to park close enough to where I can actually close it somewhat. So we're gonna let this thing sit on the charger for a good 15 minutes, and I'm gonna throw that on there, and let's hope this thing starts. So we officially got it running. I am not sure on why we still have an ABS sensor light, because I replaced all 4 ABS sensors, but yeah, she is idling. Yes, we have the garage open, so right now, still getting air bubbles. We're about to put this thing on the ground. So I'm kind of happy and upset at the same time. I got to dial this in, but we got the thing on the ground. I got it aired up, got the ride height adjusted. I got the alignment's pretty much dead on. I got it pretty straight for eyeballing it. I am pretty disappointed in the fitment, but I will say this. The only spacers I have on hand right now are 10 millimeter. And unfortunately, the offset is plus 20, and I needed plus 15. So with these angled sleeves, I ended up rubbing the threads on the body of the airbag. So I ended up having to throw some spacers on there just so I'm not rubbing on the strut. And unfortunately, all I have is 10 mil. So I actually need like a 3 mil and a 5 mil, and I feel like this is going to be perfect. But I'm going to show you guys what this thing looks like. I don't mind how dirty it is. It's been sitting in here for days now. But yeah, it's sitting all right. I still gotta dial it in. So here you guys go. Well, there it is. Like I said, it's not perfect, but I think it's sitting all right. It's not bad. It's not as tight as I'd like it to be.